Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're gonna create a model component and we're gonna also use some animation to make it look good. So let's get started and let's create our very first file, which is gonna be model.tsx. Inside that I'm gonna create this model function here. I'm going to remove everything. I'm going to return a div just with the text model, and I'm going to export it. So after exporting, we can use it in our main page. I'll just add a char just to make a separation, and then I'm going to create this section with class we have already. So let's copy those classes to make it fast, and then we have this div and section. Let's call it models, and then inside this I'm gonna create a button which will open the model. Initially it would be toggle or toggle model. So let's see how it looks. So we have this model section over here and we have this button. Let's style it button a little bit with class p2 bg theme green by 80 and text white. So it would be like this, or theme primary, or primary would be good. So bg primary with toggle. So this is gonna open the model, and let's use this model here. Okay, so we're gonna have some content, model content. Okay, and in this model I'm gonna accept. So first we'll create an interface like model props, and inside that we'll be having children as React node, a variable to show or hide the model, and a function to close, like to tell the parent like the model is closed or not. Okay, and I'm gonna use these variables here, children, model props, and on close and show. Okay, and in this we have model here. So let's add animation to this model. We have framer motion plugin, or I'll say library, which will basically allow us to add animation to our component. So I'm gonna install it. I'll open terminal. I'll say npm install framer motion. It will install the library to this project, and I'm gonna import it. So import motion from, okay, we have this framer motion. Okay, and let's use it. So instead of this div, what we can do, we can use motion.div. So it will basically allow us to add animation to this particular div. And how we can add animation? We can just add animate, and we'll add opacity to it, opacity 1 and 0 when we have this. Okay, so opacity would be 1 once we have show as a true value, and it would be 0 once we have show as a false value. So initially it would be false. So what we are missing? We are missing show variable here. I'm gonna create a state show model, with set show modal. So I'm using React hook use state. It will basically allow us to create this variable with a callback function which will update the variable value. So this const, okay, this show modal would be variable, and by using set show modal we're gonna update the value of this particular variable. So I'm gonna use it here as a prop to show. So it would be show, and on close it will basically change the value of show modal as false. So let's check it out. We have this here. So if I toggle this, I have nothing. So show modal is passing. I have created this model. We have children here. I'm gonna pass this to children, and on close we have this. Okay, so let's see. So initially we have this, it is not changed. Okay, we have this show model, show question mark 1 and 0, and let's try to print it. We have console.log show. Okay, let's see what all values we are getting here. So if I toggle, I'm having nothing for now. So okay, so we have to change the value. We have to add on click here. On click equals to set show modal as a toggle of this value, like it would be false if the current value is true, it would be true if the current value is false. So I'm gonna use it, and let's see, we have this model content here, and if I click it again, it is closed. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some classes to it. Adding fixed position with top as 0, left as 0 again, and width would be full and height would be full, and we're gonna add BG black with some opacity, like 70% opacity. So let's see how it looks. And I'm gonna add visibility as visible and hidden. So you see, once I click on it, so it is capturing the whole space. Since we have no close button over here, so it is not showing anything, but yeah, it is showing this model content here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a div over here which will basically hold the children and a close button. You can use icon X, this. Okay, so we'll be having close button, and once user click on it, I'm gonna just pass this on close. So it will basically close once user click on this X button. So now I click on X button, it is closed. If I toggle this, it is open and it is closed. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna position this as flex and justify center, item center, and we'll have some padding here, like P3 and BG white. Okay, so also once I reload, I'm reloading it, it is showing some content here, but it is not good, like it should not show any animation on loading. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pass a value like initial equals to false, to this motion.div. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna remove any animation from the initial state, and it will basically it will do it once we change these values. So if I toggle now we have this model, otherwise it is not having any model, any animation here. So now it's good, and we also have this model, but we have close button. Let's position this close button to absolute, and let's make this as relative so that it can adapt it. Top 0, right 0. So it will basically be here, but before that I'm gonna add big padding like 8 or 10 to it, so that it is far away from the actual content, or I think P5 would be better. So now we have decent space for this particular close button, or P6. Okay, and this particular close button would be having a background white, and it would be rounded, and let's add some margin -m-3, so it would be like here. Now it's looking good, and let's add shadow MD. Now we have little shadow over here. We can also add minimum width, but it would be okay if we have no minimum width, so that it can adapt whatever width they want. But width should be, sorry, height. We should not add height, but we should add minimum width to it, so that it's not too small. It should be it should basically occupy enough space. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add minimum width to it. So minimum width would be 300 pixel, should take at least this, or 500 pixel. Yeah, it's good. So minimum width would be 500 pixel, and if it goes above that, it will be good. We're gonna also add some variants to it, like a small model, big model, or medium model in future, but for now it's okay to have this. So now we have close button, we have this model, and we have anything under the model content. So under this model content, let's try to add maybe this particular card. So I'm gonna copy my existing card, I'm gonna put it inside this model, and let's see how it looks. So you see, we have this. We can add any kind of content to it, because we have passed children as props, and whatever children we would be adding to this particular card, it would be there. So now we have backdrop as well, we have close, and it is, I think, good animation. We can add we can increase this thing a little bit more. What we're gonna do, we're gonna create some variants. So I'm gonna create custom variants. It would be variants from the framer motion. Okay, so I'm gonna say it would be hidden and visible. Okay, so custom variants basically allow us to create animation before before using it here. It will also add reusability to the animation code. Since we are adding here, we will not be adding things here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna pass variants with our custom variant, and whatever variant we created, we're gonna just add here. So I'm gonna say, if we have show, then it would be visible, or I'll say hidden anim and visible anim. So visible anim, hidden anim. Okay, so when we have show value as true, it would be animate with this variant, otherwise it will animate with hidden variant. So let's see. If I click on it, now it's look good. If I close it, it is this. So we are basically adding a scale from 0.5 to 1. It's like from the half of its width. We can also do it with 0. So it would be from starting, but it would take time. So 0 to 5 is good. 0.8, if you want to add less animation, we can use 0.8. So it will basically scale from 0.8 to 1. If I say 0.1, so it will start from very initial scale. It's good. We have added y as 0. We can remove it, so it will be just like this, and closing like this. So on closing, we can just add couple of more things, but I think for now it's good. It's looking good. We can toggle the model. We can add different variants in future, but for now it's looking good as a basic model. So that's it for today. We're gonna add couple of more variants or type of component of this model. It's gonna be like a small model, medium model, and we'll also allow user to change the animation a little bit. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe, and also you can add comment if you have any problem doing this thing or creating or using any component or any library. I'll definitely help you out. So thank you so much. Bye bye.